Star Academy for putting this on, and of course, the parents who have let us work with your kids and let them be in this camp. They're going to knock your socks off. I would also like to give a special thank you to Erin right here. She does everything. She stage manages, she does it in the light, she's going to be helping backstage. We also have backstage, she's put backstage parents to help around the kids. This show would not go up if we didn't have her, and I am so happy to have her. Now you can do your applause.
And don't sell yourself short, Marquise. Marquise has spent most of the week on stage with the kids, teaching them their blocking, their choreography. I did a couple of the songs, but Marquise has pretty much blocked the entire show with the kids, taught them how to say things, where they need to be when they say it, the whole 9 yards. So it's definitely a team effort. This is our third kids camp that we've done together, so we have a pretty good little system worked out, so I think it worked out really well. One of our campers today has a birthday though, so I would really like to sing happy birthday to Weston Hobley. He plays our toad, and this is his first kids camp, I think. I don't know, has he been in other ones?
Nope.
I didn't think so. I thought this was his first one. So he turns 14 today, so can we sing a quick happy birthday to Weston, please? Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Weston. Happy birthday to you. Talking about Wind in the Willows, this is a musical. It's a very wordy musical. There's a lot of songs in it. And when you think about a musical, when we talk about Cutler Brothers Theater doing a regular season show like Fiddler on the Roof that we just wrapped up, we spent 5 weeks learning our music, learning our words, learning our choreography and the blocking, the whole 9 yards. 5 weeks, okay? These kids put this show on its feet in 5 days, okay? So huge round of applause for our kids, because that is All right, and I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm going to let us get on to the show, so enjoy Wind in the Willows.
You love that one.
and we'll have to do for some peace and quiet. I'm going back to the woods. Twinkle, dripping, dazzling, whirling, swishing, swim, race and glory, rollicking the rivers like a wind. The rivers like a wind. In the willows is there for the listening. No matter how far away, we hear it clear as can be, calling us back to the place that we know, telling us stories of home.
Oh, what a jolly day for a John. The wind blowing through the willows, the sun warming my coat, and the river like a jeweled necklace for Earth's neck, and for my appreciation alone.
Sorry, technical difficulties, bear with us. Okay.
For my appreciation alone. And here I am, in my boat. There's nothing, absolutely nothing, worth more doing than simply messing about in boats. Simply messing. Messing about in boats.
Mighty spin, swirl, babble, chuckle, telling the best stories in the world. The best stories in the world. It's cold, when it's dark and cold. Oh, the ground is so exciting. There's the smell of earth in the field of dirt. It's my home and so inviting. I'll leave my home for a little while, for adventures calling me. Over hill and field, oh how good it feels just to walk and be alive. And in most it seems such a dreary place just to live my life below. Where the ground is roof and the trees take root and the sun will never show. But I'll leave my home for a little while, for adventures calling me. Over hill and field, oh how good it feels just to walk and be alive.
I believe I've heard about these things before. I believe they're called rivers. Yes, rivers. People rave about how beautiful they are. They spend all sorts of amounts of money just to live by them and on them.
They stuck poles with strings.
They stick poles with strings and catch these slippery, slimy creatures and eat them. Ha, barbaric. The only thing that river is doing is preventing me from having an adventure. Rivers are most definitely overrated.
Oh, hello, Mole!
Oh, hello, Rat.
Were you crossing?
Oh, it's very well to talk.
Don't need to be so touchy. Be there in a moment. There you go. Step subtly.
So this awful.
It's not a river, it's the river. My river.
But doesn't it get a bit dull at times?
The river is my home, and home is never dull. I honestly can't understand how a person could live his whole life underground. It's so dark and dreary.
And musty and wonderful. I could not live without it. I suppose I see your point. What's it like living here by the river?
By it, with it, on and in it, it's brother and sister and family. The river is there for me. It is my home. She rocks me like a mother's arm. She whispers things to me, and no one else will need to know. Food and water, son and daughter, I know it's motion like I know my own. It's in my bones, and the river is home. It rocks me like a mother's arm. She whispers things to me, and no one else will need to know.
Wow. Thank you ever so much, Ratty. What's in this basket here?
That's our lunch. Cold chicken, cold ham, cold beef, cold tongue, gherkin salad, crescent sandwich, lemonade, soda water, fruit roll-ups.
Fruit roll-ups? Oh, stop. This is too much.
Sam, I like your clothes awfully a lot. I soon am planning on myself a brown velvet jacket, as soon as I can afford one.
What lies over there?
That's the wild wood. None of us go in there, we river makers.
Why not? Aren't they nice people?
The squirrels are all right. The rabbits are a mixed lot. And then there's Badger. He lives right in the heart of it.
Company.
Badger, why don't you join us for some lunch?
I came up to the river for a moment's peace like one of you fellows. What hard luck.
Badger, I'd like to introduce you to my friend, Mr. Mole.
Please, I'm sure.
Poor Badger. He's sort of a hermit. No one bothers him.
Who would want to bother him?
Well, the others, the weasels and the foxes, they're a lot not to be trusted. Watch out for them. They're troublemakers.
Ah, here you are. What splendid luck. Just the animals I was looking for. I'm in need of your assistance.
It's about your rowing, I suppose?
Oh, pooh, rowing. Silly boyish amusement. I gave that up long ago. I finally discovered the real thing, and I propose to devote the remainder of my life to it.
Oh no. Toad's on one of his fads again. One year it was sailing. Then he took up fishing. Last year he wanted to live the rest of his life on the river in the house. This year it is rowing. Or was.
Camping, open fire, sleeping under the stars, travel, change, excitement, horizon that is always changing. Here today, somewhere else tomorrow. There's real life for you. The life adventurous, that's what it is. The only genuine occupation of a lifetime. Come with me on the life adventurous.
Yes, I'm afraid so. How very unfortunate for us.
Oh, come on, Randy. It'll make real animals out of us. You must come.
I'm very excited. I left my hole this morning for an adventure, and look what has come of it. The life's adventurous.
We've got biscuits, spotted lobster, sardines. Everything three rugged gentlemen could ever need. Come with us on the life adventurous. It's the only life we want to know. Every day a new horizon that is meant for us. The excitement of the open road. Here, let me show you some of these wonderful acceptance.
Oh no. Molly's got that glazed look. I swear, that toad could have been a motor car salesman. But I won't buy it. I'm up to his tricks.
We've got writing paper, bacon, jam, and playing cards. Dominoes, toothbrushes, and a tuned guitar.
Guitar?
Gibson's the best the money can buy. We've got mugs and copper kettles, silver soup pots, soda, water, candy, and some old school butterscotch.
How old?
I'd say your age. Here we go on the life adventurous. Leave our homes full of glorious unknown. The way may be dangerous and treacherous, but it's all for one and one for all. We won't look back to what we left behind, and blaze a trail that we can call our very own. Raise a toast to the most wonderful friends under the sun. Life adventurous. Here we go.
You villains! You scoundrels! I'll have the law after you! I'll drag you through all the courts! Molly, are you alright?
Yes, I'm just a bit shaken up. Toad, are you alright?
Toad, are you going to help us? Our equipment is scattered all over the highway.
Glorious stirring sight. And to think I never knew. The poetry of motion. The only way to travel. Here today, gone hundreds of miles by tomorrow. Villages skipped. Towns and cities left in a cloud of exhaust.
Toady, it's me, Mo, remember? Camping out under the stars? The woods, the trees, the paths, the dusty highway?
Yes, dusty highways shall spring up behind me as I speed on my reckless way. What animals and camping gear I will fling carelessly to the ground in the wake of my magnificent onset. My camping days are over.
Toad, we gotta go to the police and launch a complaint against that motor car driver.
Police! Complaint! Why, if it wasn't for this little mishap, I would have never seen that heavenly machine. That thunderbolt! That powerhouse of speed! All these wasted years, but now I know what I must do. And it's all because of you, my best friends. Gentlemen, I must immediately take my leave. I have an errand to do of the utmost importance.
I am heading straight into town to purchase a...
And then straight down to this an extremely expensive motor car. And that'll be all for tonight.
It can't be all, Father.
That can't be all, Father. What happens to Mr. Toad? Does he get the motor car? And what of Badger? Does Mole ever really get to talk to him? Please, just one more story. Can't I sit long enough for one more story?
Not tonight. It's almost 11 o'clock, and even boys who have had their 9th birthdays today must be in bed before 11 o'clock.
Your mother and I have rented a small cottage.
Mother and I have rented a small cottage for the whole summer.
Oh, that is so exciting. We'll play by the sea, we'll build sand castles, or we can hunt for
Will
seashells.
you be joining Father? No, I've got business to attend to everything. And of course, and the publisher has been briefing down in there. Oh, yeah. And of course, there's the book. And the publisher has been bleeding down my neck to finish for months. No, then I was for to stay here too. Here? And you're gonna have a whole summer near the sea? I won't go, I think. I just don't want to go.
Oh, well, why not, Alistair? You always loved the sea. What's the matter?
I won't go leave Ratty and Mole and Mr. Turtle and Matty or even the foxes and the weasels. Why? I haven't even met them yet. Over into the wild woods. What's so wholesome with no stories? Ah, stories. Blasphemy stories. Who ever thought the stories become so important? I have a book of essays to finish to speak to the publisher, and all that's been getting through my mind lately are these childish stories.
Oh, they're wonderful stories, sir. I think I'm quite fond of them myself. How about this? How about you make both Alistair and me a promise that if we go away to the seaside for the summer, you can continue telling us the story by letter so we can read it to bed before we can read it before we go to bed.
I shall go if Molly and Ratty and Mr. Toad and Badger can come with me. And then I shall. I promise to continue the story by letter. Now, it's very late. Carter, can you please take me to bed? Good night, Father. Happy birthday, Animal Mouse.
Well, this isn't so bad. The way Ratty carried on about this would make it seem like it was haunted. And even if it was, I'm still determined to pay Badger a visit. I asked him to dinner and he turned me flat down. I heard he's a bit antisocial. Let me see. Which way to turn here? I believe I just saw a face right up now up in that tree. Wait, there! There it is! Or no, maybe not. It was just my imagination.
Get out! Get out!
What in the heaven is that ungodly sound? Please, I'm frightened. And help! Identify yourselves. Identify yourselves. Stop and identify yourselves. Help! Who are you?
We are the weasels, we are the foxes of the wildwood. We'll find you no matter where, and then you won't feel good. Just as you catch your breath, we'll simply scare you to death. We are the weasels, we are the creatures of the wildwood. You better never get lost while you're in our neighborhood. You're just gonna get yourself killed. And if you don't do it, something else will. So come on in, the woods are fine. Little Red Riding Hood had such a good time. But she got out, and there's no sense in you even trying.
Oh, nothing,
Oh,
sir.
nothing, sir. We're just passing because of Mr. Mole here.
Yeah, that's right. Nothing to get alive about, Goodfellow. Don't Goodfellow me. Mole, are you alright? You look a bit like you just seen a ghost.
Mr. Badger, I'm terribly freezing. He's blooming freezing is what he is, and boss, we were just giving him some directions out of here. No, please, they were trying to kill me. They were going to serve me as hors d'oeuvres.
Kill you? Nonsense. Nonsense. They're dreadful cooks. They can't even serve a plate of fish and chips.
Well, thank goodness you're right. I've been searching for you for hours.
To serve an animal sleep at this time of night is a crime around these parts. Scram, all of you, we have to call the authorities.
I just want to go home. Oh, Ratty, you tried to warn me in a gentle, subtle way, but did I listen? Not me. Thick-headed, one-track-minded mole. Ratty, you're a wonder, an intellect. If only I had your head, Ratty.
But as you don't, I think we'd better get heading home for dinner. We've taken too much of Mr. Badger's time already.
Gentlemen, I have an important matter to discuss with you. It's about Tub. They say he's gone from bad to worse.
That's right. Well, chap had another smash-up only last week.
How many has he had?
Smashes are machines.
It's the same with Toad. 7 motor cars, 7 smash-ups, and 3 times in the hospital.
You haven't heard the worst of it. He's had to pay so many large fines that the police won't let him purchase another motor car. So he upped and stole one, and now he's in jail.
One of these days, he's going to kill himself. Or worse, somebody else.
Consistent. I pity his insurance company.
It has gone too far.
It has gone too far. We're his friends. This melancholy nonsense needs to stop.
If Toad is in jail,
If Toad's in jail, who's looking after Toad Hall?
Well, I don't know. No one, I guess.
You're telling me a grand matter like Toad Hall is being left unattended, no saying how long Toad will be in jail for.
Yeah. Molly and I will see to that matter as soon as we return.
And as
For now, we must get heading home.
Toad, we need to visit with him next week in jail and talk about this with him. If you take a right at that beech tree and follow the pointing arrow routes, you should be out in the clearing. Good night, chaps, and good luck.
Pausing there a moment and looking back, they saw the whole mass of the wild wood. Dense, menacing, compact, firmly set in vast white surroundings. Simultaneously, they turned and made swiftly for home, for firelight and the familiar things that played on, for voices sounding cheerily outside their window, of a river that the human trusted in all its moods, that never made them afraid of any amazement. And with their ears turned toward the reed stems, they caught at intervals something of what the wind went whispering so constantly among them.
Margaret, come here again.
Oh, not right now. It's off to bed with you. It's getting late. Go on. He loves the stories. It's all he talks about. He loves to hear them again and again. The paper is wrinkled, the ink is faded.
Hello, this is President Roosevelt. I'd like to speak to Mr. Kenneth Grant, please.
Hello, this is Easy. Come on out, sir. What can I do for you?
The book you wrote, I've read it many times. I know it quite by heart. I'd like to meet you. Come to the White House and spend the weekend in Washington, D.C. He must write for us. He must write for us. A rat, a mole, a toad and badger. I'll just badger him until he gives in. I love come to the White House. We'll be the envy of orange. He must write for us. He must write for us. The stories, he's read them many times. Such stories ought to be shared. I'll stop and ask them, all these relentless. He's got to publish the best stories in the world. He must write for us. He must write for us.
Willows, listening.
stuffing, cranberry sauce, peas and onions, potatoes, and a tray for dessert. Will you just try to eat?
I'll force myself. After all, I do have to keep up my strength.
Now, tell me a bit about yourself. Where do you live?
Toad Hall, an eligible, self-contained gentleman's residence. Very unique, dating in part back to the 14th century, but replete with all modern conveniences. Up-to-date sanitation, 5 minutes from post office, golf course, and shopping. Suitable for...
My lord, I'm not planning on purchasing it.
And I'm not planning on selling. The estate is rich, majestic, and centrally located as Toad Hall could command quite a sum that I doubt, judging by your outfit, you can afford. I am quite a rich toad, you know.
And very humble, I see. Don't just judge by the clothes they wear. It may get you into trouble someday. Now, that is not why I'm here. I'm going to choose a washerwoman.
There, think nothing of it. I have several aunts who ought to be washerwomen.
Do be quiet a moment, Toad. You talk too much. Now, as I said, I'm going to choose a washerwoman. She does the washing for all of the prisoners in the street. Now, if she were properly approached, square, rich and used, you could come to some arrangement by which she would give you her dress and bonnet and so on, and you could walk out of prison as the official washwoman.
Me? Masculine, mighty toad of Toad Hall? Dressed as a woman? A washerwoman? No!
You're very alike in many respects. You know particularly much your figures.
How dare you! I'm a very elegant figure. What I am.
And so is my aunt for what she is, but have it your way, you proud and grateful animal. Lord knows why, but I'm trying to help you. But stay in jail and run as far as I'm concerned.
No, wait. Kind, clever girl. You're right to have been a proud, stupid toad. Please introduce me to your aunt. I'm sure that we could come to some mutually beneficial agreement, so long as her legs are not better than mine.
This way, I'm sure of it. No, maybe this way. Or maybe 3 degrees north, due by northeast.
Mole, your sniffer's on the blinker. We've been wandering for hours. We're lucky we don't have an appointment in the next week. We never arrive.
Not so fast, friend. It looks like we're coming up to a small town. Maybe we can find a way home from here. I've led us somewhere.
You certainly have. Single-mindedly, you've led us to the wide world. See each one of those lights? Houses of humans. Not my favorite lot. I've never been down there, and neither should you if you got any sense at all.
Nonsense! They're probably inside, warming up by their fires, like any smart animal which should be on this cold winter night.
As we should be. Oh, how I could imagine it. My hearth with slippers and the prospect of hot stew on my plate. Oh, never mind. Say, we could, maybe drop by and have a little glimpse. Maybe, if you like.
Alrighty, let's. Look, we're coming to a cottage. Little squares of light, red and orange firelight, people move inside, going on about their lives.
Unaware of watching eyes, sheltered from the cold outside.
See the children there. As they play with something happily, parents in their chairs, cuddled up so cozily.
Knitting sweaters with feet, nodding as they fall to sleep.
Through their windows, we can live a moment of their lives. Through their windows, we can live a moment of their lives. Suddenly it's
What they see, wonder if they dream their
the same as me. See the tired man as he comes from his family. Take him by the hand, laugh and smile happily.
telling them about this day. Life just carries on that way. Through their windows, we can live a moment of their lives. Through their windows, we can live something from different eyes. Suddenly it's plain, suddenly it's new, it's nothing really strange or different than you view it through their windows. Love and joy and pain, through their windows. We're more or less the same. Oh, Reddy, I hope we find our home soon. I'm very homesick.
You shouldn't be long now. Say, I'm catching a whiff of the riverbanks in the river. Stay right here. Smell.
Indubitable, unmistakable. Home! Come on, let's go! La la!
What a clever toad I am! There is surely no animal equal to me in cleverness in the whole wide world. My enemies lock me up in prison, surrounded by sentries, watched day and night by warders, and I walk out through all of them on sheer ability coupled with courage. They pursue me with engines and policemen and revolvers, and I vanish, laughing into space. Poof! I'm then thrown into a canal by an evil Bazabunny, another washerwoman for sure. I swim ashore, steal her horse, and ride off in triumph. I sell the horse to a gypsy for a bucket full of money and get an excellent breakfast out of the deal. Why, I'm even a successful cross-dresser. Ho ho, I am. The handsome, the ever-popular, and successful Toad is back. Now to find my way back to Toad Hall. Someone's coming.
Whatever.
What do we have here? Looks like a washerwoman. Idiot.
Christ, have you ever seen a washerwoman before? Gee, sometimes I wonder about you, Jake.
There's something a bit strange about this washerwoman, mates. I'll point it to you, Mum.
Oh, yes, top of the morning to you, gentlemen. Let me down.
There's nothing so strange about her. She's just a little weird at the legs, that's all. She bears a strong resemblance to frog legs, poor thing.
Would one of you gentlemen be willing to point me in the direction of town? I seem to have lost my way, and I have much laundry to attend to in town.
My, but what a long pause you had.
My, but what long pause you have.
The better to scrub with, my dear.
That's so hard. How do you get them all the way to the wash tub?
The better to immerse myself in my work with, dear. You see, laundry is my life, and I'm never so happy as I am when I have both arms and half my body in a wash tub.
What luck meaning you then? I have a basket full of unmentionables. And you happen to have your tub in hand. Would you mind? So do I. I'll go run across this.
Too bad. What's poor luck? If this were any other day, I'd be begging to do your wash. But this particular day, it seems I have a very important laundering engagement to attend to at Toad Hall. So could one of you sirs please give me directions? I'm late as it is.
Haven't you heard? Toad Hall has been taken out. Hall is under new management.
What do you mean? Whatever do you mean? The intelligent Mr. Toad never let that happen.
He's an idiot. Toad Hall.
Standing all by its lonesome.
He's in jail, you know. Toad Hall all by its lonesome. No one to protect it. That's right. One dark, very dark, rainy, stormy, scary night. A few weeks ago, a band of us Willows, armed to the teeth, crept silently up the drive to the front entrance, surprised Mr. Badger, who had taken up residence there to protect Toad Hall from undesirable elements. And then a band of desperate, hungry foxes advanced through the garden, possessed themselves of the kitchen, and then took all of the serving prisoner in the pantry.
And when the sound of the skirmishing stokes, they occupied everything in the village and the conservatory and billiard room. And us wild wooders have been living there ever since, eating his grub, drinking his drink, and making bad jokes about him. Why, we have it so good there, we don't plan on leaving.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Poor Mr. Toad. Poor Toad Hall. What sort of bad jokes?
Too personal and vulgar for the likes of your ladylike ears. Look at the time already, 6 o'clock. Come on, lads, mutton stew tonight. Quite fun to miss that. Say, Mom, would you care to join us?
Oh, no, thank you. You go on ahead. I'll find my own way out. It's all over then. The great Toad Empire has collapsed into a pile of ruin because of my lust for power and careless ways. I'm a disgrace to my ancestors. I'm just glad that my great-great-great-grandfather, Frederick Francis Fricassee Toad, is not here to see the demise of the estate he worked so hard to create. Oh, I shall go enlist for a soldier and never more see my dear Toad Hall again.
Come. Cheer up, Toad. There's a way to get a place back. I haven't yet told you my secret.
Badger? What a wonderful welcome sight you are for poor, wretched, repentant Toad. What a dear friend you are. How'd you know where I was? How'd you know who I was?
Word travels fast in the wild woods. And the description of a washerwoman with frog legs and voice to match was such a coincidence. I thought it was you. I thought it had to be you.
Now we must get back to Ratty's.
Now let's get back to Ratty's to discuss the battle plan.
First, we
But
must
first we must make a very urgent stop, or else not only will Toad Hall, but the mole, the rat, the badger, and even you, Mr. Toad, will be endangered animals.
What are you popping off about?
Just follow me.
or twice. And the boy admires them, especially Toad.
Ah, yes, look like those silly old Toad. He was...
With his short span of attention,
With a short span of attention and sunny tears. He was modeled after Alistair.
Charming.
Sounds like one of my senior editors. Anyway, first, you need to write them in. Then, you need to put it in manuscript form and send it to Everybody's Magazine in New York City. And then here me, Constance Menley, will put it in serial form, and you will publish it as a book.
Oh, yes, you must.
I mustn't, and I won't. There's no ending. I
won't sit here and make one up.
won't sit here and make one up just for amusement.
Tell them to think of the children.
Think of the children. Children everywhere. Would no one love Ratty, Mr. Moon, and Toad of Toad Hall?
Not to mention the Badger.
Not to mention Badger.
Don't forget the advance in the royalties.
We'll pay you handsomely, of course, in advance of all royalties. Tell him to think of Alistair.
Would you deprive Alistair of an ending to this story? Or would you be proud knowing that you wrote the... What's it called again?
Yes, what's the title of the book? We need a title for publications. I tell you, it was never, there's no title, I tell you, it was never involved to be a book. The Wind in the Willows. It's called The Wind in the Willows. Now, if you excuse me, ladies, I have an ending ready.
Oh, nonsense, Badger. You've been listening to too many yarns they spin in the taverns. I know every inch of Toad Hall. There is nothing of the sort.
My young friend, your father was my best friend, and he told me about the secret passages when he first lived here.
Don't let my son know
Don't
about
let my son know about it. He told me, unless he's in a real good fix and in trouble.
Then you may tell him about the secret.
Then you may tell him about them.
I can't help it if I have the gift of conversation. Why, I'm a popular fellow. I've been told I ought to have a salon, whatever that may be. But I can't understand why my father...
Shut up, Toad!
There's a big banquet this evening.
There's a big banquet this evening, and I believe they're celebrating the Weasel Chief's birthday or something.
And all the weasels will be gathering together.
Will be gathered together in the banquet hall, unarmed, of course.
And the foxes are on guard as usual.
That is where the secret passage comes
That
in.
is where the secret passage comes in. It leads under the garden into the butler's pantry.
Then we shall creep out quietly down the passage into the pantry.
With our big sticks and slingshots.
Crash open the pantry door.
And we'll whack 'em! And we'll whack 'em! And we'll whack 'em!
Yes. Yes, that is the plan. I will leave the rest of the preparation up to you fellows. I must attend my pre-battle meditation.
Here's a slingshot.
Here's a belt from
Oh, here's a belt for Badger and one for the Toad. Here's a helmet for Rat, that's me. Here's a helmet for Mole. And here's a helmet for Badger and one for the Toad.
I am a scholar, deep dark tunnels and passageways, old toad hall. Bad people secret when a badger can't be found. A badger is an expert and adders underground.
Here's a stick for rat that's me. Here's a stick for mole. And here's a stick for badger. One, here's a slingshot for rat that's me. Here's a slingshot for mole. Here's a slingshot for badger. One, big
Fire will whack them till they fall. They'll sing a song of heroes, a battle of the wall. Revolve, 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 revolve. Down the passage, dark and deep, bravely with my cudgel I will. Spiders and mice may crawl at my feet. The toad won't sleep until I get that weasel cheap. For my father, I vow to get them all. He'll rest in peace to know I fought the battle of Toad Hall. Revolve, 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 revolve.
Here's a cup. Here's a cup. Here's a cutlass for mole. And here's a cutlass for badger. One, here's a.
I say, alrighty, old chap, don't you think you're going a little bit overboard? I don't have any room on my belt for another accoutrement.
Better be on the safe side is my motto. I guess you won't want these last two items? Butterscotch and emergency chocolates?
Better be on the safe side, say, put them right here.
Where's Mole? He was here not a moment ago.
He had an important matter to attend to.
He's probably in the loo attending to a case of jitters.
Never mind. You wouldn't deserve the cause anyway. Attention! Left face! Ready, march!
Revolve, 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 revolve. Once we move past the centuries, here's the master plan. We just walk softly with our big sticks. We'll clear the floor, oh, we're gonna fix those weasels. I'll lead you into battle, it's over one for all. Sing the song of heroes, the battle of Toad Hall. Revolve, 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 revolve. What the?
What in heaven's name?
Oh, Molly, you've gone and spoiled everything!
Mole, I say, you have more sense in your small finger than any animal that has in their whole of their fat bodies.
You have managed excellently.
You have managed excellently.
Foxes have left their
The
posts.
foxes have left the post. The coast is clear. Ready, gentlemen?
Thank you for the celebration. I won't detain you much longer, but I would like to propose a toast to our kind host, Mr. Toad. We all know Toad. Good Toad. Modest Toad. Honest Toad.
Just let me go!
I have composed a little song on the subject of toads. Would you like to hear it?
Yeah!
It goes like this.
The time is coming. Gentlemen, attack now. Charge!
Ready, aim, fire, we'll whack them till they fall. They'll sing a song of heroes, the battle of Toad Hall. The battle of Toad Hall. Revolve, 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 revolve.
Mr. Graham,
Dear Mr. Graham,
thank you for submitting your manuscript.
thank you for submitting your manuscript.
The Wind in the Willows.
For the Wind in the Willows. Wherever you were, where it is here.
Well, it was well written.
It was a well-written story and exciting.
It is not what we expected. Your earlier books were about people, not animals. Unfortunately, we do not feel that our adult readers would enjoy reading about animals who often behave like people.
We cannot guarantee
that our readers would take kindly to a toad who steals expensive motor cars, goes to jail, and then escapes.
Or a rat who owns a boat and goes on picnics.
So after careful consideration, we feel that this would not market well in our area of sales.
best of luck with it.
Sincerely,
William Billings?
William Billings, Everybody's Magazine.
Gregory Stone, Doubleday Books.
Marjorie Smithfield, Harper and Row Publishing.
Back again. It's nice to have you at home.
And what your hands have held you and touched you.
It was a short debut,
Short debut,
and now you're back again.
and now you're back again.
Back again.
Rackman? Oh wait, you have time on the two of these. The Wind in the Wells was created for Alistair, and Alistair children it will be.
No, wait! We have to do something! He's putting us in the circular file! Never to be seen or heard from again! Never to be immortalized in print!
Toad, we gotta keep our wits about us. There's gotta be somebody who wants to publish us.
If only Badger was here, he'd know what to do.
He's never where you think he is.
But he always shows up at the right time.
We must contact him. Think, animals, think. Concentrate, meditate.
Oh, this is President Roosevelt. I'd like to speak to Mr. Kenneth Grant, please.
Hello, this is Kenneth Grant speaking. Hello, sir. Hello.
How can I help you, sir?
How can I help you, sir?
I heard that you have a problem publishing a manuscript.
How did you? No one else knew about this.
Never mind about the leaks. Now, will you finally accept my invitation to the U.S.? I have a few ideas about that manuscript.
But you haven't even read it yet.
Young man, I've been a fan of yours for ages. I've read The Golden Age so many times I could pass a test on it, and I believe that this book is just as good.
It's better, sir. Mr. Roosevelt.
Yes, Graham?
Who prompted you to call? Your type is uncanny.
Let's just say I was bad.
Bye.
Bye. See you in a few days.
What did you think to say?
could just kick myself.
I could just kick myself. They're making mince.
I hate to say I told you so, but...
I know, I told you so.
That's it. Step right up, ladies and gentlemen. Straight line. Your copies of The Wind in the Willows will be signed personally by Rat, Mole, Badger, and yours truly. While you wait, a complimentary speech will be given by our own glorious, heroic, and beloved Toad about our prison system and washerwomen of England. After which you will be entertained, free of charge, of course, by his golden voice as he sings to you the story of the Battle of Toad Hall. Toad Hall has been in existence since the early 1600s, when it was used as a prison by the early settlers for traders in the Battle of...
Molly, do you ever think Toad will get over his flamboyant, frustrating, fidgety ways?
He's also kind and honest, the first to admit his weakness, and a faithful friend.
And in conclusion, I'd like to give most of the credit to my dearest friends, the Mole, the River Rat, and Badger. Without their fighting and incredible bravery, Toad Hall would have never been restored to its rightful owner. Giving credit where credit is due. Is that Toad up there?
Yes, it is Toad. A transformed Toad, an altered Toad. It happens every day, you know. People change. Just look at Kenneth Brown. He's changed and he doesn't even know it.
Sometimes I like to go back and again to when places work change.
Like the sun glittering on the river.
And the smell after a fresh rain.
And the long, dark tunnels and passageways.
And the sound of the wind by the river as it constantly whips and whistles through the willows.
Gentlemen, it's time for me to go home.
I better leave too. The river's calling me.
We'll walk you to the bend. Gentlemen, before you guys go, could you please sign this?
Aw,
Badger,
we didn't know you cared.
Wind in the willows, there for the listening, no matter how far away, we hear it clear as can be, calling us back to a place that we know, telling us stories of home. Wind in the willows will always remind you of what really matters. The answers will find you someday. Planted ones that we thought were forgotten, people and places and dreams. Woo!
Thank you all for coming. They'll be in a line outside. You can take pictures, greet them, shake their hands, tell them what a wonderful job they did.